Hi guys, happy book launch day. Happy. Hey, we are in the Allwood house. Look happy, kids. This is happy. We're obviously missing a kid also. And we're sorry we're a few minutes late, but we had a caravan of friends outside. Have you seen like those videos of people like driving by and wishing people happy birthday? Yeah, it was a parade, and it was our dearest friends all doing like posters and honking and shouting, and I was like, what's happening for the launch of Fear's Not the Boss of You today? So
there was a flyover. The plane did a flyover?
I did not see the flyover.
The jets flew over.
I don't think the jets actually flew over.
You didn't see it? That's pretty cool.
Did you guys do that? You're amazing. My book launched today, Fear's Not the Boss of You, and we are super excited. It feels like it's been a really long time in getting that to here, right?
Like a long time, just like 10 minutes ago.
I know. And the truth is, we're supposed to be in Nashville tonight doing a live signing with a host that a lot of you guys would know, and it was going to be so much fun and all of the things, but because of the coronas, here we are. So we are going to make the absolute best of this. I feel like I'm shouting. Am I shouting?
Casa de Allwood. You are shouting. You seem far away from maybe.
I do, and I right before we went live, I took off my tutu, and I'm sad about that. The tutu is over there. Easton, go grab the tutu, please. The tutu is so cute, but literally it is 9 million degrees in our home. There you go, Easton. Show them the tutu. Oh, it was so cute.
Put it on.
And put it on. And the boys say, yes, sir. There, Easton, thank you. Please don't break that tutu. I would be so upset with you.
Look at that,
so
Easton.
See how it's like shorter in the front and the tutu is longer in the back? That is amazing.
It's a Mississippi mud flap.
So I had, is that what you call it?
Yeah, it's a soccer rocker.
Look at how Noah's got like a bright, if you put your head down again, Noah, it's like, look, there you go. It looks like you're glowing, like you're an angel.
He has a good haircut.
He does have a good haircut. Anyway, but it's so hot, I had to strip that, and then I had on, Easton, will you grab my cute shoes? I just want to show them, and then we'll get started. I also had on these shoes. I mean, you're only...
KCMO Kicks sponsored.
These are not sponsored by KCMO Kicks, but these are the shoes I was wearing for the live signing. I was really excited about it, but then I just got too hot. Hot flashes took over. So what we are going to do tonight is I am going to be signing a bunch of books from people that pre-ordered the books at Premier Collectibles, and they already prepaid for these, and I'm signing them, and then they're going to be shipped. There is a link on Facebook in the title of this video. If you want to get a signed copy tonight, you can absolutely do that. If you're on Instagram, I'm sorry for you. You have to flip over to the Facebook.
You gotta jump.
You have to flip over.
Slide
and
right.
Slide right.
Is it slide?
To the left, to the right. And so just go over to Facebook and get the link, or maybe Mackenzie is putting it in the comments. I do have one of you won a free phone call with me tonight. Which of my 3 big kids? Yes, we have a 4th. She's in the other room. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw earlier she was eating a piece of corn on the cob that had not even been cooked yet.
You don't have to cook corn, I don't think.
She's got really big feelings in the middle of coronavirus. So she could come in naked, screaming, excited, want to take over the camera, want to sign this, crying. So just prepare yourself. So, okay, we have, Easton, you have some questions, and then Noah, you have some questions. Easton, do you want to read one, and then Noah, do you want to read one?
Ava, sit there, look pretty.
That one I already signed. All right, and I am going to sign some books. Okay.
Can I hand them to you?
Yes, do you want to hand it to me? It'll be almost like it's official. Okay,
it's
and
official.
I need for you guys to know that this is how I'm signing my books. There is me, there is the curly hair, there is the signature. My boys were a little bit upset though.
Why is it anatomically correct?
When I do it really fast, like I put the legs up a little too tall, and then it looks like the person has more than 2 legs, and then that feels a little bit bad. Stop your giggling, sister. All right, Easton, go ahead. Read me a question, son.
All right.
Sign away.
Who would you want to play you in your movie?
Who would I want to play me in a movie?
Like what actors?
Like
or actor.
in your own, like in a movie about yourself.
Yeah.
Who's playing you?
In your life story.
Let's say Reese Witherspoon, because she's just sweet. Because she's like cute and sweet.
You think? We don't know.
And she has that southern drawl, and I've always said since I coach people in business that if you have an accent, like you just make a lot more money. It's just true. It's literal truth. And she has a natural accent. So maybe she could play me and just pretend I have an accent. Go ahead, and Noah.
Are you sure that's the right answer?
I don't know. It feels, I'm not like real impressed by actresses in general. So maybe Sandra Bullock. Who would you want to play you?
Oh, 100%.
The guy who plays Mr. Clean.
The guy. What were you gonna say?
Not funny.
Patrick is still
Not funny. I think a young Bruce Willis.
A young Bruce Willis. Okay. Like Bruce at his current age isn't good enough?
I don't know. I
Okay.
mean, I don't know.
All right.
I don't follow him.
Alright.
I don't follow him on social media.
What is
so-
your go-to motivation when you just feel like you're spinning around and not getting anything accomplished?
She's going deep questions here. You're making her think.
Okay, when I feel like I'm spinning around, and who asked that question, Noah?
This is
You gotta say the names.
Linda from Hazlet, Texas.
Linda from Hazlet, Texas. Okay, so when I'm spinning around, read the question one more time, son.
What is your go-to motivation when you just feel like you're spinning around and not getting anything accomplished?
Last night I went to bed.
That is true.
That is true. It was 9:30, and I'm like, you know what?
She did.
I'm tapping out. It's like the WWE.
No,
Is that when
that's
you
not-
tap out?
That's not what happened.
Or is it the WWF?
The dog ran over your face,
The dog ran over my face last night.
and then you said,
Lola, the
I'm
bad
done.
dog. You know we have 2 dogs.
We were running around in the kitchen and she jumped on the couch on top of Mom's
And
face.
everybody thought it was funny, but Mom, the dog like pranced on my face. You know I've got face problems anyway. You know I've got some TMJ and all the things going on. So Lola steps on my face. She's not a good dog anyway. God bless her. She's so cute. But she's not the Queen of England. She's Britney Spears. Remember, we've got the 2
Stella's
dogs.
the Queen of England.
Stella's the Queen of England and would never stomp on my face. Lola smashed me. She was like, Hulk smash. And so I was like, you know what, I'm done. So there's that. Number 2, if it's nice outside, go for a walk.
yes.
I used to go for a jog, and then I used to go for a wog, which is a walk jog when you're getting closer to 50. And these days I'm just walking. There you go. That's my answer, Noah. Go ahead, Easton.
Alright, do you have any hidden talents?
Yes. Many hidden talents.
Chipmunk.
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 Oh, yes. Oh, okay. All right.
What's in your touch?
Baton.
That was good. That was a good chipmunk.
Oh.
When you have a
You
sore
lost-
face, so that
lost
hurts.
your touch.
I have not lost my
So-
touch, Easton. I also have dead finger.
Everybody
So what
has
did you do in
that
high
here.
school?
And then I also have, I can twirl 1 baton. I can also twirl 2 batons at once. I can also twirl fire batons.
Ooh, fire baton.
I used to try to do this baton. It's like a baton in the middle, and then it had like a ring around the outside, and I was never really good at that.
The
but-
baton ring.
It was a baton ring.
So what was your go-to move as a baton twirler?
Around the waist, baby. This was before I birthed 3 really large kiddos. All of y'all with your big
You're
heads.
so offensive.
That is so offensive. I'm
Broad
so sorry.
shoulders.
I do not birth small children.
My face is great.
Your face is perfect. Your
Your head-
brother here, his
your-
shoulders about broke my pelvis. And so what was the point?
No.
No, just
Oh, so I
hidden
had a
talent.
smaller waist for the baton to go around before kids. Also tabletops. You know tabletops, so
Tabletop.
it like spins on the top of my hand.
Mhm.
Also this thing called fishtail where the baton sits on the top of your hand.
Oh, fishtail.
Stop it. You're mocking me. You're
I remember-
mocking me. You're mocking me. Oh,
We should get the batons out someday.
Is he going down to get them?
I don't know.
Lord
Ran
have
out to.
mercy.
Ari ran
Lord
outside.
have mercy.
Yeah, Ari
Oh,
was-
Ari just ran outside. Okay, Noah, go ahead with another question. And whose question is it?
Lauren from Indianapolis, Indiana.
Okay, hi Lauren.
What's a time in your business that God took a hardship and turned it into a victory?
A time in my business when God took a hardship and turned it into victory. Well, do you guys remember, kids, this was 4 years ago. Do you remember when Mom was going to write a book called Hot Mess? Not
Yes.
your typical DIY book.
Yes.
Who was going to be on the cover of that book?
Me.
Ava Grace. Do you remember? You were going to be standing on a bar stool, much like you're sitting on right now, and you had a sword in the picture, and you were wearing a tutu, and you had made our living room into like a fortress of like
Oh my God, I
blankets and
remember
tents.
doing that.
Do you remember that? So the book was called Hot Mess, Not Your Typical DIY Book. I thought I could take like 10 years of blog posts and make it into a book. So you put me up in a hotel, and I copy and pasted for the whole weekend.
Mhm.
And then I was like,
I don't remember this.
okay, so when Ava was little, instead of saying ta-da, Ava said titty titty da. Yeah. And so so I came home from writing like the book, copying and pasting the blog post, and I was like titty titty da. And then I waited, and I'm like, somebody will surely want to snatch this up. I don't know what like book fairy I thought was
Yeah.
gonna. Remember
They
that?
knocked
It was
on
4
the-
years
they
ago.
knocked on the door.
And so that never went anywhere. Nobody ever has heard of the book. It never went from my laptop into even a document.
Is
It
it
was
still
a
there?
big fat fail.
I think
I'm
it's on my.
sure
I
that
think
it
it's on my
is.
hand-me-down laptop now.
It is. I love you. I'm like taller than you in this video, Alwood. It's
I'm
nice.
on a pink
And
seat.
so that was a big fat fail, but that led me then to my book agent, who then helped me flesh out what kind of a book do you actually really want to write, Jennifer? Is it a DIY book? And I was like, it's not. It's really not. And now we have Fear's Not the Boss of You. So who was that for, Noah?
That was for
Indianapolis.
Indianapolis. It was Lauren.
Hi, Lauren. Thank you so much. Okay, Easton, go for it.
It's actually me.
Oh, go ahead, Ava Grace.
Ava's up.
Okay. Who was the most interesting person you've met recently?
The most interesting person that I've met recently.
Nobody, because we've been locked up for like a month.
Amen.
If I were to say that, my answer would be Ari. Ari is so interesting.
Noah says his imaginary girl. Noah, you want to talk so bad, don't you, the whole time? Noah's single and ready to mingle. Yes, he is. The most, let's see, interesting person. You know, I'm going to go Dave Ramsey.
Oh,
I don't know.
When in doubt, always go Dave Ramsey.
Chip and
So,
Joanna.
I would say
Chip and
Ari.
Joanna, but that wasn't really recently, and I've met them several times, and they are just
Didn't you meet
literally
Ellen?
so precious. I've never met Ellen.
Oprah?
No.
Obama?
That's a song, isn't it?
No.
I got a picture with Oprah.
Who said Drake? No, I
Cardi
have
B.
I have not met Cardi B.
So
Oh,
who's the guy?
I know who you want to meet. What's her name? Lizzo?
Yes, Lizzo.
Yeah, you want to meet her, don't you?
She just likes to sing her song.
I just like
Yeah.
to sing her songs.
Yeah.
But that's not somebody I've met recently. My final answer is Dave Ramsey. You know I love Dave Ramsey, and when I met him in real life last year, he walked into the room, and it was like his anointing came in so strong, I just started to bawl right there. And then I'm sure he thought that I was a stalker. But then I sat, you know what, let me just say this.
Let me
I
say
sat
this.
and talked to Dave Ramsey's wife, Mrs. Ramsey, for probably a good 30 minutes, and she is lovely.
Think she has a first name or just Mrs. Ramsey?
Mrs. Ramsey, because I'm a jerk because I can't recall her first name, but we talked about going to Colorado skiing. We talked about adopting Ari. We talked about children. We talked about all of you precious children.
Favorite?
Favorite child. Oh, I was just going to say, but you know who I would really, really like to meet? So if any of you have the hookup, Beth Moore, 100% of the time.
Really?
100%. Yeah, I owe Beth an apology.
For what?
Well, do you remember when the kids were small and
But
Laura,
you just-
my bestie, wanted me to do a Bible study with her, and it was a Beth Moore Bible study, and this was back when everything was on CDs. It wasn't like Audible, where you can now listen to Fear's Not the Boss.
Have you guys seen an
Yes.
8-track or
They
a
were-
cassette tape?
Yeah, and so Laura gave me these CDs of Beth Moore's, and I was like, I just can't listen to her. And she was like, what? I'm like, I don't know, I just can't listen to her. Something about her voice, like I love accents, but there was something about, I just couldn't do it. And
One
Laura was like,
connection.
that is just sacrilegious of you. And I'm like, I don't know. But then the church did the Believe God Bible study from Beth Moore. And then I went to that and I was like, Beth Moore, where has she been like all of my life? And now I've gone to like see her at different speaking events. And so Beth Moore is also on my list of people I most would like to have lunch with. So, all right, Easton, your turn.
Oh,
That was a
yes.
cool look you just had going there, son, with the half face.
What was it?
Look at the
Alright.
people in our backyard right now. They accidentally hit a golf ball into our backyard.
No, they're doing motions.
What are they doing?
Hi.
They're sign language. They're saying social distancing.
Oh, okay.
Go. They're saying
Alright.
play. They're saying go fast.
The course is still open.
They have no golf. They have no clubs on there.
Oh, they're
They're
just
just driving around.
putzing around.
They're just
That's
driving.
cool. Okay, Easton, go for it.
The one in front of him does.
What is
Oh.
number one on your bucket list?
Hawaii.
Is that
Yeah, but it's like annoying because I'm the only one in the house that wants to go to Hawaii.
That's a separate question.
That's not
Some
true.
lame bucket
It is. I mean, the
Hawaii
kids are like,
Airfare's really cheap right now. There.
airfare is really cheap.
So like, if you like,
$25 to Hawaii.
if you were to like write your bucket
What's a
list
good-
down,
That was
you could
funny.
just put Hawaii.
That was
I
kind of
would
funny.
put Hawaii. I would put Greece
What do you wanna do
also
in
because
Hawaii?
Aunt Laura,
Hawaii, Greece.
my bestie, wants to go to Greece.
What would you do
And
in Hawaii?
therefore, I want to
What's
go to
your-
Greece. Also, Jamie Ivey went to Greece, and so did Jen
That's a separate
Hatmaker.
question.
And every time they go to Greece, I'm like, I want to go to Greece. Australia,
I like Greece. Like the song or the?
no, the place, darling,
Oh.
the place. All right, Noah, your turn.
Alright, I got a question right here.
From
Here, let me find it real quick.
you were on the Snapchats, weren't you, Noah?
No, I don't have my phone.
He was on the Snapchat.
I wait for people to add me so I
Okay.
can get
Chat snap.
girlfriend.
You're not getting a girlfriend. You
Alright.
need zero. You need your mother.
Mindy from Kansas City, Missouri.
Hey, man.
Reppin'.
How many years of consistently working your business, both online and offline, did you do before going to the place of frequent speaking, book publishing, and successful coaching?
That's really good. Okay, so I would say, so since I started my painting company in the year 2000, and then it was 10 years ago when Facebook started, when Remember, because Laretha came over and helped me do a business page that night. It was 10 years ago. We set up the business page, and it was then that I figured out I kind of like this whole social media stuff. And so then it was probably, I would say, 4 years before people started asking me to speak. I first spoke at the Chip and Joanna Gaines event. How many years ago was that? 4 years ago? I was on stage with Chip and Jo.
At the home show?
That's when I got to interview them on Periscope before there was Facebook Live.
Yeah.
So
Remember
was-
Periscope?
yeah, so I started out doing a couple of small churches, small crafting things, and then the home show, and then I've been asked to speak. Like last week I was supposed to speak at an event in San Diego, the Traffic and Conversion Summit, and I was going to be on stage with Michael Hyatt, which would have been so cool, and Marie Forleo and Pete Vargas. We were all on a panel together. Tonight I was speaking in Nashville for the book signing. I can't remember where else I was supposed to be this week for the book tour, but
You had all kinds of stuff lined
pretty
up.
much stinks. I know, I was supposed to be
12
in
cities.
Orlando at the end of the month,
Isn't that
speaking
right? 12
at a
cities?
panel there. Yes, it was 12 cities, but it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. God is not shocked that we are here in our kitchen
He
tonight.
knew
So,
you were going to be here.
Easton Thomas,
Alright.
ask me a question, son.
What is the last movie you saw in theaters and out?
Ooh.
In theaters, 1917 with Easton. We went to that, and then when we went to, he's kind of my movie buddy. I mean, no offense, but my kid likes to see movies more than.
Best taste in movies.
I
Best
went with
taste
my
movies.
friends.
Easton, what was the other one that we went and saw? We went and saw 1917.
Just Mercy.
Oh, we went and saw
With,
Just Mercy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you just go see No.
And then the other night, what did we watch on
We
TV?
watched, we watched Rain Man yesterday.
Oh.
Oh yeah, I made him watch Rain Man yesterday because he has never seen that, and I'm like, we can't be related if you can't.
Did you like it?
watch some oldies.
I thought it was alright. It was pretty good.
We also
Yeah.
watched
Tom Cruise. He
Yes.
could play me too in a movie.
Ava made me watch this really bad movie. I'm sorry. I just.
It's called Swallow.
It's called
It's
Swallow,
this
and it was
girl,
about a. Yeah, go ahead, honey.
and she's pregnant, and she swallows like objects, like she swallowed a marble and like a push
She makes her
pin.
feel good.
Yeah, she said it
Weird.
makes her feel better, and then her psycho husband puts her
Ah.
with this.
No spoilers.
Yeah. Okay, that's good.
No spoilers.
The movie was
Yeah.
not good. Ava and I have very different tastes in movies, but we have very similar tastes in fingernails.
I really like scary movies.
She likes scary movies. So, all right, Easton or Noah.
How did you come to the point that you could confront your worst fear? This is from Brooke from Woodcross, Utah.
Brooke from Woodcross, Utah. Okay, so in the book, In the Fear Is Not the Boss of You, I talk about how I still am someone that has a lot of, I'm not going to say anxiety, but I still struggle with fear a lot. True or false, Mr. Allwood?
True.
Who was kind of freaking out about 15 minutes ago before coming on here?
Because the house was crazy.
Well, the house was crazy, and I was trying to strip off a tutu and sparkly shoes, and there was a
Ari was
parade outside, and Ari was juggling knives in the street, not really. So what was the question? When did I come to a point where I just
You
did
could
it anyway?
confront your worst fear.
Well, so when I was 39, I talk about in the book, my worst fear then was the fear of swimming, was the fear of water. All of you kids have seen this, have you or have you not?
She's
Who
scared.
in this room has gotten punched
Uh-oh.
because you've tried to duck me before?
Uh-oh.
And I punched you.
Ari!
Hey, kiddo, come join the party. Now the Allwood family's all here. Everybody say hi,
Wait, we
Ari.
need a song. Instead of like the Gabby show, it should be the Allwood show.
So I confronted that fear when I was 39 and forced myself to get a swim coach and learn how to swim. And so there was that.
Can you swim, Ari?
And so now I don't know that I have like a biggest fear, but I keep feeling like God keeps putting me on different platforms and stages that are scary and intimidating to me. And, you know, imposter syndrome is a real thing, and so it kind of rears its ugly head more than I would like for it to. And so I don't know that it's any one big fear, but it's just continuing to say yes to the things God's got for me. And also, probably, and Jason would attest to this, the fear that I struggle with the most is fear of man, which the Bible tells us we are not to, because the fear of man is a snare, but it's being a people pleaser. Any other people pleasers? What is Ari asking for?
Oh, nothing.
Nothing. Does it contain sugar?
Potentially.
Perhaps. All right. Okay.
That's why she
So,
came to me and not
That's
to
why
you.
I know, because she knows Mama will say no. No. All right, Easton, your turn.
Episode.
Oh, Ava's up. Sorry, honey. Why do I keep? I'm sorry. You're so pretty too.
It's like when
You're
you
just
pop
used to
hard.
me. You're just used to me being better.
Sorry.
What's going on?
I know.
Okay. Humble.
Go
What
ahead.
is one thing
Sit down.
you need in your fridge at all times? Chocolate chip cookie
Chocolate
dough.
cookie dough, that's for sure.
Okay, but right now I'm back off sugar again. So other than that, something that I actually eat every day.
Cottage cheese.
Grilled chicken.
Cottage cheese.
Chicken.
Grilled chicken.
Salad.
Thank you. Almond milk. Beets. I
Tomatoes.
really,
You love tomatoes and
I
cheese.
love tomatoes. I also love cheese.
Avocado toast.
I do love avocado toast, but that doesn't go in the
Eggs.
refrigerator.
Hard-boiled eggs.
Thank you. I feel like a little bit more healthy than when you just said chocolate chip cookie dough. Okay, who asked that question?
Oh, actually good.
It was on. Ava has it.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, who has got the next one?
I do.
Okay.
She needed a sweet treat.
Don't we all?
I am a sweet treat.
This is from Erica D.
Erica.
from Colorado Springs, Colorado.
Okay.
What does a typical workday look like at the Allwood house?
Today was typical.
Well, yeah, nothing's typical right now when all the kids are home. Thank you, baby. Look at you. Dun, dun, dun. Nothing is typical right now while we're homeschooling.
If I sit on
four
these, I'll be as
kids.
tall as you.
You would. Thank goodness the older three, these three are self-sufficient. Go ahead, kids. I'll smile. They all get really exceptional grades. Who has a 4.0 right now?
I do.
I don't get a GPA.
Only one in the house with a 4.0 GPA.
Is it you?
Yep.
Again, single and ready to mingle. And also
Just
smart.
raise my hand.
I have a girlfriend.
Thank
They
you.
both have 4.0s.
I have a girlfriend.
She's imaginary, but it's true.
What is her name?
She goes to a different
Her
school.
name?
You don't
Yes.
know.
Her name.
I can't expose that to the public.
Okay. All right.
I
we'll
can't
chat.
supposed to be
But like,
Or
she's my girlfriend, but like,
She didn't know it yet.
she doesn't know yet.
Okay. You let your mama meet her. I'll tell you if she's your girlfriend or not. Anyhow, so and let's say it's normal, when life is normal, right?
Mhm.
So
Get up quick at about noon.
we don't get up quick at all. We don't exercise first thing in the morning. We're raising kids, and that means they're the priority in the morning. So, and I guess it would be nice if we were energetic enough to get up and do other things beforehand, but we don't. So we get up the same time as our kids, don't we? We get up at like 7. Jason has Ari to the bus stop by 8:15. You pulled the short straw on that one. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
to wake up
Eggs and
at
bacon?
6:30.
So, yeah, he does the morning cooking and breakfasting and getting them to the bus stop.
First is Ava to the bus stop, then it's already to the bus stop, then it's home, and then it's
From 9 to 3 we work.
from
I'm a
it's,
senior, and I have to leave the house till like
it's
9:50.
Bible time, and then it's laptop time, emails,
Yep.
and then it's usually meeting, Zoom. Before Zoom was ever cool, before anybody knew what Zoom was, we were on it, we were doing it.
We've heard, like, the whole world is now on
It's
Zoom.
like-
I'm like, we
it's
were
like
the
cool now,
OGs.
yeah.
We gotta
it's
find a new platform. We
Yeah.
gotta
We make up our own, right?
Make
Skype.
it better, baby.
We
Skype.
used to do every Friday off so we could have date days.
Mhm.
And then with the book launch and the conference, it was just last week, that has really taken a back seat. So we are now back to, I've got every Friday marked off for the month of May and April, so that we can go back to date days on Friday. So we try really hard to keep it into that 9 to 3 window. There's sometimes when I have to go past 3 to get things done. But, and then of course I check email and social media in the evenings, but we try to keep it tight.
We run
Do
pretty
you feel
tight-
like I work too much?
We run a pretty tight ship. No, I mean, it just depends on
Right
the
now-
day, depends on the
no,
day of
right
the
now
week.
we're
I mean,
pushing hard.
yeah. But,
Because
I mean,
we have a
also-
book to get out to
But
the
there's
world.
also an end in sight too,
There is an
right?
end in sight, yes.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't purchased a book yet, would you please go and purchase one? They are now on Amazon, Audible, Barnes and Noble,
They're on Amazon,
Target.
and it looks like
Walmart.
Amazon got delivered today, like their stuff.
Yeah,
got
Amazon
delivered.
did get delivered
Yeah.
today. If you're in the
Cause I got my
UK
copy today,
Thank you, baby.
It admits in the book that I'm officially the favorite child.
but I also ordered off your
And
account.
that I am actually the favorite child.
It actually, in the dedication on the back of the book, each should call you to my favorite child. Some lady today, though, sent me an email. If it was you, thank you so much. She said she started crying instantly when she read the dedication to the whole family at the front of the book. Aww.
One of my friends got it. Jenny.
One of your
Two.
friends did? Which
Same.
one?
Mason Ott's mom.
Tell Mason Ott's mom, thank you.
As
And
well as Anthony Hall's mom.
Anthony Hall's mom, thank you guys. I don't
See?
know you, but thank you.
One of the kids
Hartsville
in my
School
class,
District.
his
Yeah.
mom follows
So
me.
that is awesome. You guys are amazing.
Or my mom got a copy. Did your mom get a copy?
My mom did. I sent her one.
Okay.
Things that make us go home. Easton,
Hey,
Ava.
Ava. Thank
Chuck.
you, child.
Okay.
Oh, that hair looks so good too. It's so
I've been
good.
working all day on it.
It's really good.
What?
Your hair, it looks great.
Oh.
I just-
growing it out.
Yep. And then in a few minutes, we're gonna do a phone call to Julie Mueller.
Okay,
Mhm.
I have two more questions.
Okay, go ahead, sweeping.
All I gotta do is read it.
Who makes you laugh the most?
Oh,
In our house?
be honest. Be honest.
Me.
Sit
Be
down.
honest.
Ava.
Be humble.
It
Like,
brings all-
like here in the house?
Yeah.
No.
No, just like who makes you laugh in general.
Will Ferrell,
Or
Adam Sandler.
Ari.
Jimmy Fallon, except not Jimmy Fallon at home.
Not the live.
I can't do
not-
it.
not
I
right
can't
now.
do it. I've got to have my. They got to go back to a studio soon. Jimmy Fallon, Will Ferrell. Who else?
No, Adam
Kevin
Sandler.
Hart.
Me?
Adam Sandler.
Kevin
eh.
Kevin
Oh my
Hart.
gosh.
Kevin
you
Hart.
Just watched,
Inappropriate, hilarious.
You just watched Grown Ups 1 and 2.
Yeah, doesn't mean it's funny.
They're hilarious.
Chris Rock.
What's Chris Rock?
Who's the girl? Off,
Eddie Murphy.
who's the girl off Bridesmaids? She's so funny.
Not that one girl, Amy.
No, but Fat Amy makes me laugh too. She's
Zach
so funny.
Galifianakis?
No, I don't even know who that is.
The guy off The Hangover.
No. But The Hangover is one of the funniest movies ever.
Mhm.
Not pastor approved, but
I watched it with our pastor.
Joy doeth. Ooh, under the bus. Ooh, under the bus. Right there, just like sliding
I
over.
didn't say the pastor at the church we're at now. He didn't go.
They all know we're in the same church.
I
for
know, but
20 years.
that pastor left.
Technicalities. What was I gonna say? I don't know. Funny, haha.
Who makes you laugh
Who
most
makes
in
you
the
laugh?
family?
Yeah, who
Most
makes
of
left
the family. Your dad.
Dad.
Oh,
Who's
Come
second?
on.
Who's
I
second?
got game. I'm funny.
Second,
Look at
when
that.
Noah's home, Noah's funny, but Noah's just not home very much.
So then if Noah's not
Be
home,
funny.
then would be
Also, Ari's really funny. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you'll know that tonight she just started mowing through a piece of corn on the cob before it even got cooked,
Yeah.
like a little squirrel.
Easton's the funniest guy he knows.
Easton laughs at
His jokes,
his own
his jokes are always funny to him.
I laugh so much in my life.
You do. You definitely do.
My humor is too advanced for you guys.
Too
Oh,
advanced.
here we
I
go.
get it.
You're right.
All right, another question,
It's too
kids.
something.
No.
Hmm?
You guys are all funny. Fucking.
Is there one thing in your life that you would change?
Her husband.
Better looking kids other than me.
Well, that's a hard question. Is there anything in your life that you would change? Yeah, for sure. I mean, there are relationships that I wish that I still had that I didn't take care of in a good enough fashion. There are a lot of speeding tickets that I wish. Remember that one
You
time when I
don't
got like
drive.
3 speeding tickets? Oh, I haven't gotten one now in like 20 years. But remember when I got that thing in the mail that I was like gonna lose my license because I'd gotten so many tickets in a short window of time?
Yeah.
And
But I'm the bad
so there
driver.
was that.
But I'm the aggressive bad driver, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
There's lots of decisions from my early 20s that were not a good representation of who I am today. Lots and lots of decisions from the early 20s that were not good. I was a knucklehead then. So there's that. There's that. What are we doing?
I'm checking, they got a message.
Okay. Alrighty.
I got a message.
Alright, we're not doing the 22 questions, we're gonna do more of these questions.
Okay.
And she wants us to fly through them.
Okay.
All right. Go
Alright.
ahead.
How did you, this is from Julie from Austin, Texas. How did you pivot from panic to powerful? Has everything surrounding your book launch had to change? And how we can apply it in this crazy season?
So how did I pivot from panic to powerful? Well, if you would have asked me yesterday, I would have said we're pivoting terribly. So, I mean, the truth is, like, we can only do what we can do, and then, like, God's not shocked about any of the events in the world right now, right? So it's up to me to pivot in the way that I can the most, and for me to do what I can do, but then the rest of it, it's like it's out of my hands. So, like, we are asking for people to go to Amazon and order a book. I've been asking people, if you can't, order a book for somebody else. So I'm really distracted. So if you can order one for you and your sister-in-law, if you can order one for you and your neighbor, if you can order one for you and the girl you work with, because the more orders we get, the more likely the book will get actually picked up by Target in the physical store and Walmart and Sam's Club in the physical store. In addition, we're asking today, like, can you guys go leave reviews on Amazon if you've started the book, if you were on my launch too, if you've read the book, because the reviews are what help you get the eye of people on the New York Times bestsellers list. So at the end of the day, like, we can only do what we can do, and then the rest of it, I'm like, God, you're gonna have to step in here because, yeah, I've about pivoted out. We had to pivot the conference from being live 3 weeks ago to, you know, a digital conference. Last week we had to cancel all 12 book tour stops. We had to cancel this live signing in Nashville tonight. I mean, God's not shocked by any of it. Does it absolutely stink? It sure does. But do I also believe that His word is sovereign and does not return void? Do I believe the things that He spoke over my life, my family's life? I sure do. So I don't know that I always feel powerful, but I do feel like I know the powerful one.
There you go.
Amen. Thank you.
Go ahead, Noah.
Jennifer,
Yes, darling.
this is from Kath. This is how it starts off. Jennifer, I've been divorced for over a year and a single parent.
Okay.
I'm my own worst enemy. I sit and think of all the illnesses I possibly have. What's going to happen to my girls? How can I do everything? I'm very anxious and can't get these thoughts out of my head. I'm sure it has an effect on my daughters and me. Sometimes I'm paralyzed. Help.
So usually when we are focusing so much on self is when we start that spiraling thing, and when we go from logical thinking to being terrified about things that really can't kill us. So I talk about in Fear is Not the Boss of You how things like sending an email that you're really scared to, or making the phone call that you're scared to, or applying for the job, or buying the new house, or moving across the state. Like those things, sometimes we start trying to figure out every little step when God just asks us to do the next right thing and the next right thing. And I think that when we're trying to look too far down the road, it causes a lot of anxiety for us. And in addition, when we're trying to control too many things. So this is why the world right now feels like we do around the whole coronavirus nonsense. Not that it's not true, but I mean it's nonsense. It needs to stop. And so it's because we all feel really out of control. And I think that in the last couple of weeks we've really seen how little control we really have over a lot of things, and that's really scary. So I would suggest to her, do you kids remember, we're boring Ava. We're sorry, Ava.
No, I'm just tired.
Oh, were you up too
Easton
late
fell
last
asleep
night?
Already.
Were you
Noah's looking at his
texting a
phone.
friend? Were you
Look at the
Snapchatting?
Don't say it.
I'm not gonna say. Oh, I was so close to saying the name. Okay. But anyway, do you remember when you kids were little?
Don't say his name.
And I used to take you to the nursing home to volunteer.
Yes. Oh my gosh. What was her name of the street? Shirley.
Shirley. So we used to go to a nursing home on the regular just because there were some dark times when I was home with the kids full time. And yes, I was working the business, but I lost a lot of myself, I think, during those years. And I would have a tendency to feel bad for myself some days. So in order to try to not just be consumed with thoughts about myself and maybe where we were at financially in different seasons and things, I really had to just focus on other people and how other people had situations so much worse than what I did and were hurting so much worse, and that really helped me to take my focus off myself. So I would suggest that for you too, sis. Much love to you. All right, what else, Noah?
Alright, Molly from Offordville, Wisconsin. Any advice for someone who recently lost a job due to a medical issue and they want to
Reach
be
across you.
full-time at their own business, very scared to make their own jump?
Okay, so if you've lost your own job, then you have nothing to lose at this point. So making the jump from being laid off to now being an entrepreneur is going to take like 10 seconds of your energy. You need to figure out what it is that you can offer the world in the online space, and you need to get a Facebook page up immediately, and you need to start talking about it and actually start doing it. And I'm not trying to simplify it, but I am trying to say that there are so many, hundreds of thousands of entrepreneurs in the online space. I teach thousands of them every month. You know this. And many of them are doing so good right now, even in this crazy economy, even in the crazy world. So many of them are doing exceptional. The only difference between them and a lot of people who wish that they could do that is just the start. And I do talk in Fear is Not the Boss of You about how the enemy comes in at the start. The enemy comes in at the very beginning, because if he can kick you, the knees out from under you at the start, he has very little that he has to derail later on. So if you read scripture and it says the enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy, if he can stop everything, this is why the enemy picks on our kids. This is why the enemy picks on your children so hard and messes with the minds of kids, and depression, and hurting themselves, and all sorts of crazy things, because the enemy comes when you're young, when an idea is young, when a dream is young, when a marriage is young. This is why the enemy tried to take out our marriage in year one. Year one, baby. That was
From
a
the
hard
get-go.
year. It was a hard year. Not up in here.
That whole jar thing and the nickel and whatever it was.
Yeah, I don't even remember what you're saying, jar and a nickel.
Well, we all know.
Okay.
But yeah,
It
Virgil
was bad.
Recycle. Yeah.
So I don't even remember what the question was, Noah, but, her question was, how does she make the leap? If you're already laid off,
Go
Jump.
for it.
go, girl.
Nothing.
Go,
Listen,
girl,
Mikey,
go.
just do it.
So the reason you jumped into painting was why?
Well, I got laid off from my business. That was a really good hair. That was a really good hair day at Birch Telecom. And it was while I was laid off and applying for other jobs that I was like, what if I could make this painting thing, remember this little painting thing,
Yeah.
into a business? And I kept thinking, because we didn't have kids yet, and I kept thinking, if I could just make some money doing this, I wonder if I would have to go back to a day job, like a pager and pantyhose. Remember when I had a pager and pantyhose?
Oh, I
And so
and you
it
thought you
wasn't.
were something hot.
I did. It was lame-o. Lame-o.
You had the Nextel phone.
I did
remember?
have the Nextel phone. I hated every second of it.
You
Even-
had a flip phone.
I did have a flip phone,
Blackberry.
Baby Grace. I used to have a phone with a cord, girl.
Yeah.
All right, Noah, what else you got?
Awesome.
Alright, if you could pinpoint one moment that you're most afraid of overcoming that fear that ultimately led to a breakthrough, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
The story that I talk about in Fear's Not the Boss is when I started doing triathlons for my 40th birthday. For sure. When I finished that triathlon and realized I did not die, I had a panic attack in the water with some young kid. Do you remember that? He was on like the kayak and he was like, and I was like, you know, I'm snorting water and I'm having an anxiety attack and he's like, ma'am, are you going to be able to finish? And I wanted to drill that little 18-year-old kid like right between the eyeballs because I'm like, you are not pulling my butt out of this lake right now. Do you remember how mad I was?
She's such a fighter.
And I'm like, don't man me. In the middle of a lake, I have birthed 3 kids bigger than you. And so anyway, when I finished that thing, remember how I sobbed on your shoulder? Because I knew that had changed me. And I talked in the book about how God tricked me by using triathlons to teach me that I could do big, hard, and scary things that would not kill me. So I've done 10 triathlons to this point, and on every single one of them, I've had a panic attack. Every single one in the water. Most recently, we were doing a triathlon in Cameron, Missouri. And this kid decides to, because I have to kind of slink down. We were doing a pool one in the summertime last year. I have to kind of slink into the water. I'm not a diver into a pool, and most of the triathlons I've done are in lakes. So I slink down into the water, diver here, dives over me like a dolphin. So his feet hit the water right in front of me. I ingest tons of stuff. I come up sputtering. I have to what's the thing called? The rope in the lanes.
Yeah.
And then I'm freaking out and I'm thinking I'm going to die. And I'm thinking,
There's
this
a kid
is
on the
so
paddleboard
dumb.
next to you.
Why am I
Ma'am,
doing
ma'am.
this? Man, me. And anyway, I did not die on that one either. But
Do you see your form there?
my form is,
We're gonna
you
do
taught
another
me
one this
really
summer,
well.
right, Jenny?
We're going to do another one this summer. Knuckle up.
Okay.
If they ever allow it.
Keep going, Woody.
6
We're
foot
going
apart.
to combine these 2 questions because they're kind of the same thing.
Okay, thank you, Noah.
Would you ever consider writing a book? Are you working on a new book now? And if so, when will it be available?
I already know
No spoilers.
what the next book's about.
No spoilers.
The part 2.
It's really good. It's really good. There's lots of things that are not the boss of us. And so,
That's what Ari says. You're not
what?
the boss of me.
I know. And that might be where I got the book name. Where is Twinkle Toes?
Oh, she's in there.
She's
Okay.
been watching your
I gave her some candy.
Oh, great.
She's
Okay.
distracted.
So yes, I have a thought process for book number 2. I'll tell you how book number 2 will come about, and this is the honest to goodness truth, not asking you to go buy more books, but if you buy more books, because the second book deal will come because we sold enough of book number 1. So, there you have it.
What is the easiest way you maintain your work and life balance?
I don't know that balance is a thing. There are times when we have to push on the gas on work more than other things. Are we right, family?
Yeah.
We're
Are
there.
we in this together?
It's
Yeah.
beer right
Yep.
there.
Oh.
And so
He looks like he's sleeping.
let me tell you what I wrote for the person that messaged me today, and she was like, okay, I started crying on what you wrote in the front of the book. Kids, are you ever going to read my book, by the way?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Waiting for Audible.
Here's what I wrote
Yeah,
at the front of the book.
Still waiting for it to come out on my iPad.
And this is the truth. So I wrote, Jason, Noah, Easton, Ava, and Ari, the Allwood party of 6. You each have my whole heart, and I love you fiercely. You have each sacrificed dearly in this season so that I could be obedient to what God has asked me to do, and then blah, blah, blah. And so, I mean, the truth is, the whole family signed on for this, and we know that we are able to live the lifestyle that we do, in the house that we do, and do the things that we do, simply because of people like you guys. And so I think that the whole family is on board with, sometimes it has to be, work has a little more of a priority. Like we were assuming Mom was going to be gone 12 times this month. Now Mom's home, so there's that.
Sorry, kids.
Party's on.
They
The
love
party's
it when
off.
Mom's gone.
Party's
I know. We had an everyday plan too.
Yeah, we literally, it was gonna be so much fun.
It was gonna be lit. Like we were having
Literally, all my friends were gonna come over.
But
everybody.
here's
every day.
ruined it.
All
Here's
day
one
friends.
thing that I will tell you.
What'd you say?
If you
All
wonder
friends.
ever if you're out of balance, ask the people that you live with. Because sometimes the enemy wants to convince you you're out of balance and you really aren't. And the truth is, you're probably harder on yourself than what other people are. And so there's times when I've come to my kids and I've come to my husband and I've asked them, am I working too much? Are you feeling ignored? You know, how is Mom doing as a mom? Because if I jack up that job as wife and mom, then I jack up everything. And I mean that with my whole heart.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever feel like I don't mean it? Mask your face, Allwood. Poker
Sorry.
face. Poker face. I'm kidding. Okay, go ahead, Noah.
Rita from Jasper, Ontario, and Beth from Millen, Michigan said that they are You are very great and bring a positive attitude and it's brave and inspiring. Wishing you all the best of luck.
Thank you, ladies. You're amazing.
Yep.
Are there any
Alright.
other questions I have to answer live?
Yep.
Maria from Culpeper, Virginia said,
Okay.
how did you begin creating your own subscription boxes?
I do not have a subscription box, but maybe you are prophetic. Whose question was
You
that?
sign that one.
Maria.
Maria. Subscription. I don't have a subscription box. A subscription box is like, remember when Easton, you used to do like loot
Yeah,
crates,
yeah.
and Ava, you get like, is it called Ipsy, like makeup
Yeah, I
stuff?
get makeup.
Yeah, and Noah, you used to get a baseball thing. What did you used to get? Oh, you get,
Stitch
oh, don't make me say
The-
things.
The
What?
shave thing.
Man stuff, you get,
Beard butter.
Dollar Shave Club.
yeah.
Yeah, it's Dollar
Okay,
Shave Club.
There you go, Dollar Shave.
Stitch
Or
Fix.
were you gonna say Manscaped?
Yeah.
Is that what you're gonna say?
Keep it PG always.
Just letting you know.
Okay, Noah, go ahead.
Alright. How are you this is from John from Newport, Michigan. How are you handling entertaining your kids with such different ages?
Oh,
It is hard.
sister, it is. I mean,
I just know I'm difficult.
no.
100%.
I think it's because we've got the new little one. I mean, we've got a senior and we've got a kindergartner, and so that
No,
is
I'm graduated now. so
I
we
know,
that.
baby. You haven't graduated yet, son.
You going back?
How do we? What was the question? How do we entertain all of you?
Yeah, so kids such different ages.
Well, sometimes the kids have to entertain the little one too, or entertain their sister, because we're a family.
But we're all pretty entertaining.
There's times when the boys take you with them when they go out and do things. I mean, not like when they're out with their
One
friends.
in a
Usually
million.
just go get boba.
They go get boba drinks.
Or snow cones.
Yeah.
It's hard because she can't do a lot of the things that the big kids can do. So like family vacations are really interesting with this sort of an age range span. Yes or no?
Yeah.
So like last year we
Yes
took
or no.
my parents with us when we went to Mexico on vacation, and that was helpful. And so I mean, we're doing the best we can.
But she also,
We're
Camping was
18
so
months
much
in.
fun.
So,
yeah,
can't
500 something days,
Yeah.
right? You know what you said?
Yeah, we've had her almost 600 days. We've
Yeah.
had little Ari. So.
Mhm.
Leslie from Fulton, South Dakota said, thank you for sharing a piece of your soul.
You're so welcome, Leslie. I hope you got the book. And if you did, I'm guessing you read it, otherwise you wouldn't say that. Would you go leave a review on Amazon? Thank you so much.
All those questions.
Marcy from Winfield, Louisiana. How are you? I pray you and your family are staying safe during this pandemic.
We are staying safe during this pandemic.
Are those just comments or are there questions back there, buddy?
No, Jenna told me to read all of them.
Okay.
Jenna told you to read all of them? All right.
Alright. Oh, we have
Is it-
Elizabeth from Kailua, Hawaii. When you have so many ideas for a home-based business, how do you decide what route is best when your mind is spinning with it all, if that makes any sense at all?
Yeah, okay, so the enemy uses too many ideas as a way of distracting you from starting on the one idea. So a lot of times women will say, how do I pick one idea? And I'm not saying this is the case for you, but this is a really good word of the Lord for somebody. When women say, I can't pick one idea, sometimes that is a guard. It's sometimes easier to say that than it is for you to pick one thing and go all in and see if it actually works. Like it feels like you're self-protecting by saying, I can't pick, because it's way harder to go, okay, I'm gonna pick one, I'm actually gonna start, and what if it fails? So I encourage you to pick one and see what actually happens. See, most of us that start out, we usually don't end up doing what we started out on. God pivots us and we grow and we change and the economy changes and things change. And so know that just because you pick one, it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be doing what you're doing forever. But here's the thing. You've got to pick one that does three things, okay? So number one, are you good at it? Do you actually love it? And will people pay you for it? I always use the example of underwater basket weaving. If you love underwater basket weaving, that's not a thing. People are not going to pay you for that, so don't bother with that. Are you really good at something like, I love to sing, but I'm horrible at it, so I should never attempt a job, right, baby?
Oof.
Yeah. I should never attempt a job as a singer because even though I love it, like I stink. So it's got to be something that, and by the way, when I used to do software development, I was good at that, but I hated it. So you've got to figure out where's the intersection of what you love, what you're really good at, and what will people pay you for. And when you intersect those three together, it's like that's your secret sauce. That's your sweet spot right there. And I want you to focus there, start there, and go all in on one thing, knowing that you can change your mind later on. Very few things on this side of heaven are permanent.
All right, Martha from Ola, Arkansas. How old were you when you kicked fear to the curb?
I think that I'm still trying to kick fear to the curb on the regular. I mean, I'm 48 years old and I still have things that come up because I think God doesn't let us stay where we're at. And if we're continually growing and moving, and then I think there's always going to be new things to be scared of. But I feel like I was maybe born with just a little bit more let's go for it and see what happens in me. Would you agree with that?
We seem to have that.
And I also married someone who is totally on board with that and with some of the wild things that I propose. Thank you, Jesus, because
some of the stuff I've done some pretty.
Yeah, and so so I would say it was in my late 30s when I really though started to get sick of allowing some things in my life to kind of control me, and fear over the fear of water and swimming and relationships and people pleasing. And so I would say it was in my late 30s that I really was like, I've got to change this. So.
And we changed.
And we did.
It feels
We
good.
got anything more, Noah? Otherwise, I gotta do a phone call.
Deanna from Tudor, Oklahoma, this is the last question.
Deanna, okay.
How do you stay focused and upbeat all the time? You seriously are the cutest person. I love watching listening to you. It's so entertaining.
Are you sure I'm not the cutest person?
I think it's me.
Oh, I think that's funny.
Go ahead.
It's a cute person, Mom.
How do you stay
You
upbeat all
guys
the time?
answer it. You
How do you
guys
stay
answer
upbeat all
it.
the
How do I
time?
stay upbeat all the time? Well, I don't get cranky very often, but when I do, and then I'm sick of myself. So like last night I went to bed.
Mhm.
I do try to do worship music. I
We had
do
some
try
hot
to make.
conversation yesterday.
We had a hot conversation yesterday, which stands for open, honest, and transparent. I don't remember what the hot
Honest.
conversation.
Honest.
Open, and transparent.
Yes. She
He
grabbed a
said
book,
me,
but she
you're
can't
the
spell
one
it.
I had to.
Oh,
I had a good editor.
What's an honest? What's an honest?
I can't remember our hot conversation yesterday.
It was just you just had a little bit of you were. I don't know if because it was virtual to or virtual over, and then it was shift to the book thing, and so you just had. You were a little short yesterday, and so we had to have a conversation about it.
My
I don't know if
spiritual
it was
gifting,
fearful.
my spiritual gifting is the gift of exhortation, which means that naturally I'm just a pretty positive person. I'm just kind of a cheerleader by nature. So, oh, that's the phone number. Okay, we have to make a phone call.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
All
yes, I've got to call.
Should I show
Kids,
this number on the
No,
Facebook?
let's not show that.
Oh, okay.
would you kids turn on a light for Mom? But I am calling a girl named Julie Mueller right now. She
It's
wants
on.
Julie.
On the back one.
Julie. I don't know. Let's see what I can see. Who had Julie's question for me up on their phone? Allwood?
Not like that.
Miss Julie.
That one, right?
Is it on the family one here?
Hi, Jennifer. I'm actually watching you right now.
Just a question.
You're watching me,
Don't show
and
the
I've
phone
got you on.
Don't show the phone number, Mom.
Okay. They're all bossing me around, Julie. So yes, I am on a Facebook Live, and you were the one who ordered the book from Premier Collectibles, and then and you won the call with me. And so, first of all, thank you for ordering a book.
And thank you for writing it. And
That light better or
first,
worse?
I want to start real quick and just say thank you so much
That one's
for
bad.
always
That one's
being
bad. That one's bad.
faith-driven
That's
in
what
your
you
business.
write for.
And I just love watching you because
Doesn't
you
work.
always bring it back
Right
to
off.
prayer and being faith-driven.
Thank you. I'm hitting my kids as you're talking because they're talking so loud, Julie, that probably people can't even hear you. Thank you for that. I appreciate you recognizing that. Thank you.
And I have 4 kids as well. I have 2 boys first, and then I have 2 girls. And my oldest is, his name is Noah as well.
Are you serious?
It's a horrible name.
That is almost crazy. How old is Noah? How old is your Noah?
So my Noah is 20.
Awesome sauce.
How much hair does he have?
Did he recently shave his head?
Do what?
Did he recently shave his head like my Noah did?
No, he's actually growing his hair out, so we're going to do exact opposite.
Gotcha. See, Easton's growing his hair out. Noah's growing his beard, but he shaved his head.
I grew my hair out last year. I had the flow last year.
At this point, we've just decided we're just having kind of a free-for-all in the house when it comes to hair. Like,
I've dyed my hair 3 times.
we've let Ava dye her hair 3 times over Corona break. I'm wearing hair extensions all the time because half my hair I've lost in the last 6 months, as you know. Easton is growing his out.
And he's
Noah
growing a beard
shaved his
too.
head,
And he's growing a beard.
Yep.
and then we've got Allwood. So
That's
Oh,
Tim,
amazing.
I love the cinnamon roll recipe.
She
just
loves-
made it.
she loves her cinnamon roll recipes.
I just made it when we were on vacation.
Awesome. They're the best cinnamon rolls ever, and I'm so glad that you made them. Jenna texted me a quick question that you had for me, by the way. about what's the best way to get followers on your Live, Live, Love Instagram account. Okay, yes. So, so when it comes to Instagram okay, so the thing you have to know about Instagram is it's so much harder to get followers on Instagram than what it is on Facebook, first of all, so don't be discouraged. The truth is that the followers that you do get on Instagram, even though they're fewer than on Facebook, they'll probably be more engaged and your reach will actually be better. But when it comes to Instagram, I have found that the best way to get more followers is to post things that on your feed. I'm giving them all the dirty look, Julie, to be quiet. To post things on your feed and tell people there's the little paper airplane underneath your post that they can share your post that way to their stories. And so that's a great way to get more followers. Another way is if you can find somebody, what do you actually do in your business?
Okay, so this is kind of crazy. So that's why, one of the reasons why I follow you, and I've followed you for many years now, is I own my own painting company in St. Louis, Missouri, or St. Louis area. I'm in Illinois, actually.
Yeah.
So I refinish kitchens and furniture and bathrooms and stairs, whatever.
Can they hear that?
So
Okay.
that's how I started following you. And
Okay.
my business name is called Live, Life, Flex.
Okay. And so,
I've gotten to be at a certain stage that I'm extremely busy and I'm overwhelmed. But I have followers on Facebook, mainly through referrals. But I'm
Right.
trying to jump over to Instagram and get more followers to follow me on Instagram.
okay,
You
yeah.
know, I have like 100 followers.
Okay, so tell people on occasion on Facebook, you can just put that on the table, guys, like pick it up off there. There you go. If you could just go ahead and tell people on Facebook, like remind them that you're on Instagram too. There, hopefully people can hear her now. I'm so sorry. And so on occasion, like I'm on Facebook Live right now, and I just happened to mention some of my Instagram stories today. So hopefully that makes people go, oh yeah, she's on Instagram too. I call that seed planting, where you're reminding people without saying, hey, go follow me on Instagram. You're reminding them, oh yeah, she's on Instagram too. So do that on occasion on Facebook. Find somebody that has a similar page size to what you do on Instagram, and I would do a shout out for each other. Like there's a girl on Instagram called Haneen's Haven. I can never say it quite right, but she has an account much like mine, just right under 100,000 followers on Instagram, and her and I recently did like a shout out for each other, and I got like 1,500 new followers in a week from her. But it makes sense because you know, she does interior decorating and things as well. So it was like, it was good for us to swap followers. Does that make sense? So, doing a swap like that with another Instagram person is good. Doing giveaways on Instagram is really good. It's hard for people to see them though if you don't have, you know, a ton of followers. But you could, asking like if you could give something away to people that do giveaways on the regular, and you know, put something in there, maybe it's paintbrushes or some of your paint or something like that. Instagram's rules on giveaways are way loosey-goosier than what Facebook's are, so doing a giveaway where you could get some more followers that way might be beneficial as well. But don't be discouraged. The thing with Instagram is it is slower
It's
to
the
get
hardest
followers.
platform to go on.
Yeah, my boys have, are you getting ready to hit 2,000 followers on
Already did.
Instagram?
We
You hit
2,000.
2,000?
We're at 20,
Hey!
2,100, aren't we?
Nice!
Actually, I follow your voice on
You
Instagram.
do?
Yeah, I told my voice to follow me.
Thank you. Well, if ever you see anything that's not on the up and up, Miss Julie, you let me know. But as far as I know, my boys are kicking butt on their Instagram. So which one of you takes care of the Instagram feed?
Easton takes care of the feed.
He takes
I take
care of the feed.
I take care of the messaging.
And Noah takes care of the DMs and the stories and the messaging.
And the meetups.
Yeah, and so they've, and so, you know, the other thing I would tell you is if you got kids, my kids' age, you know, I'm all for like child labor. make those teenagers help you get that Instagram cranking. And so, so that would be my final answer.
Actually, my boys actually help me when I take apart kitchens, and they do all my prep work before I paint. And
Yeah.
that's a really good question I have for you while
Yes.
I have you. Is I'm so overwhelmed with my business. How did you when you were painting?
Mm-hmm.
How did you get to a point where you knew you needed to hire somebody, but how did you trust that you weren't creating competition?
Well, you can't worry about creating your competition, because when you worry about creating your competition, you're keeping yourself small. So can you imagine, like, if Joanna Gaines was like, I don't want to have any help. I mean, Joanna wouldn't be able to have a bakery and a magazine and a cookbook and a television show and a network and all the things. So it's really a poverty mentality when you're thinking about people potentially stealing what they know and going off on their own. And what I would suggest is if you'll pivot that in your mind, because I had many women who worked for me in my painting company who did go out and work on their own, and I blessed every single one of them as they went, because I think that my role in their life was just to be a teacher for a period of time, and they were actually supposed to be entrepreneurs. Do you know what I mean? And so it was really kind of cool to get to know that I was able to be just like a really small piece of that puzzle for them. And I never considered them competition. I mean, were we competition? We were. But when you're teaching people and then they're going out into the same industry, it's you're still in a position of elevation, because we're worried about other people being as good as us, and the truth is they're always still going to be slightly kind of behind you trying to figure things out. You have years of experience on your side, and you have a long book of clients that they won't have. Do you know what I mean? So don't worry about the competition piece of it. You'll know when most people say, how do you know if you're ready? That means you're ready. It's kind of like when people used to say, oh, well, hang on here just a second. Can everybody see that Ari is in a tutu up to her neck on the Facebook Live? It's kind of like when people used to say, different women will say, how do you know when you're done having kids? And I'll tell them, if you're asking me that, then you're not done having kids, because you know when you're done having kids. You know what I mean? And so if you're saying, how do you know it's time to hire? It's time to hire. It wouldn't even be on your radar otherwise. So get yourself a good clients, or not clients, but you can get something drawn up from an attorney if it would make you feel better, where it's like a non-compete for people who, maybe if you wanted to come to work for you, you could always do something like that, have them sign a non-compete. But I just really tried hard never to worry about that, and just to bless people as they went out on their own. So,
awesome. That's a great perspective.
Good. Well, thank you so much again for buying a book. Have you had a chance to start reading it yet?
I have not. No, I just bought it so that I can get my copy.
Awesome. Awesome.
That's the last one to
Is that
sign.
the last one to sign? Okay.
Real quick,
Yes.
I just wanted to tell Vicki.
Yes.
I talk to Vicki a lot by email. I just wanted to do a shout out to her as well. And
She's
just to
amazing.
tell her that I'm praying for her dad, and I just wanted to say, hey.
I will relay that to Vicki. I'm guessing that she is here actually on this live. But yeah, Vicki was the first person that I hired, not in my painting business, but for my online business space. So, I love Vicki, and I know she takes care of everybody so well. So, Julie, thank you. You're amazing. We appreciate you. I don't know whose phone. We called you off of Ava Baby's phone. So now you have her phone number. Yeah. But thank you. This was super fun. Bless you.
Can't wait to read your book. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Oh, that was awesome.
No,
Oh, look.
you can't show that kind of stuff on here.
That was fun. Okay, the lighting is terrible, and the kids are going a little crazy here. You come, sweetie. But thank you guys for doing this. This was fun. I hope this was fun for you also. Ari, we were telling them how you were eating a piece of corn earlier,
Was it delicious
before we
too,
even
wasn't it?
cooked it. You crazy
Yeah,
cat.
who taught you how to do that?
Did Ava Baby teach you
Delicious.
that? Hello, Mama.
Who
Sure,
was
here.
it?
So you can still, you can still get a copy of the book if you go to the link on the title of this Facebook Live, or if you're on Instagram, go to my link in the bio. It's from Premier Collectibles. Otherwise, just go to the Amazons, go to the Targets, go to the Walmart. Where else? Barnes and Noble, Books A Million. They
All right.
all have.
Sam's Club.
They all have. Nope, Sam's Club. Oh, are you prophetic, my girl? Sam's Club does not have the book.
You should do like
Yeah.
a signing like Oprah did, just like.
And you get a book, and you get a book like that.
Or you just give out cards. Like David Dobrik.
Hey, from your lips to God's ears. Who's David Dobrik?
David Dobrik.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
No,
David
he's
Dobrik.
the
Oh,
one.
I don't know him.
Yeah.
But thank you guys for being here. If you did get a book today, would you do me a solid? Would you go leave a review on Amazon? And we appreciate you. Team Allwood, do we appreciate them?
We
Yes,
appreciate
we
you.
appreciate
I know.
all of you.
The wheels of the bus are falling off. Yes, baby?
Quickly.
Can you ride on my shoulders? You cannot ride on my shoulders.
The shoes.
Can she ride in my sparkly shoes? She can. Bless you guys. You're amazing. Thank you so much for being here. All right. Bye-bye. Thank you, Noah.